And thanks for inviting me to Jellystone.
Yes, sir. We're
kind of your domain.
we want to bring as many people to Jellystone, sir, as we can in the next few months.
Tom, I remember going back 1958. Yogi started.
Debuted,
Yogi
yeah.
Bear. And last night at the screening, all these young kids around me laughing like crazy.
Yeah.
Agree he's timeless?
Well, that was my experience too, because like you, I know Yogi Bear from the earlier incarnation, and I watched the screening 2 days ago and sat in a theater full of kids, and it was amazing to hear just these young voices just gleefully just erupting in laughter every time this bear got a pie in the face. And you realize some things are timeless. Some things, the bear's hungry, he wants to get some food, and there's mishaps occur, and it's funny, You don't have to overthink it. It really does work. The character is lovable, and he's still lovable.
And as your character is too, Tom Cavanagh.
Generous.
Ranger Smith.
Yeah.
The park is his passion, means everything to him.
Well, I should have you doing these interviews because that's very good. That's very well put. The park is his passion. He grew up in the park. It's what he knows. It's something that he loves. It's the life that for him is a perfect fit. And then when someone tries to take this park away from him, as we find out in the movie, that's the biggest obstacle he could imagine. Fortunately, he has an ally. His sometime nemesis, this huge bear, is his ally.
And they team up together. I don't want to give too much away,
right,
to solve a major problem.
Exactly right. Well, what's one of the challenges, right, when you're going to tackle this, this beloved franchise? People really do seem to like Yogi, and so if you're going to bring it to the screen for a new generation and for the old generation that knows it so well, you want to be careful what you do, because you can't just do a half-hour show. You have to have a story that has a beginning and a middle and an obstacle, something to overcome and an end. And in this case, it's as simple as, the wildlife is good. It's worth protecting.
That's right, and that's so true. So true. You do a lot of work on green screen, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And as an actor, a challenge. I mean, you're hugging air?
Yeah. My thing, Jim, is this. I'm just grateful they weren't using live bears. And so if I have to... Exactly right. I think young Aykroyd, who voices Yogi, I think at one point in his career had to act opposite a number of bears, among them the famous Bart, the big bear. And if you've ever seen that thing, it's like, it's as big as this room. And I feel, no small modicum of gratitude that I was not having to okay, now hug the bear. So it wasn't. I would like to say it's a challenge, but it was actually fun. It was enjoyable. And we also had the guy in charge of it, Eric Brevig. He knows exactly what he's doing, and so if you're ever a little bit lost, he was like, just do it like this.
Okay. We have Yogi, we have Boo Boo, we have Ranger Smith, a new character introduced, Rachel.
Yeah.
And Anna does such a great job as Rachel Johnson, and there's a love story as well in
That's
this
right.
film.
Well, what's nice is, what I found nice, what was fun to play, is frankly, the ranger that I play, not the most suave, debonair character. This is a guy that, after all, spends his time in the woods.
A lot of time in the woods.
He spends a lot of time in the woods. He can name every tree, all the flora and fauna, but is he good with girls? He is not. However, she herself is a perfect fit for him because, she's just recently come from living with orangutans. So she also is not the most socially adept person. So the two of them, in the mortal words of Sylvester Stallone, they got gaps, together they fill gaps.
And it's a nice little side story throughout the whole film, I'm going to highly recommend, Tom, that every family that's seeing this movie, take the kids. They're going to love it, but you will too. I did. I laughed throughout the whole darn thing, and I go way back to the beginning of Yogi Bear. And Tom Cavanagh as Ranger Smith, you'll like him as well. Thank you so much.
Very generous. Thank you, Jim. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk
Thank
to
you.
you.